Hello everyone, how are you? All right, as I'm slowly getting things on the way here, I hope everybody's doing okay. So, it's been a little while since I've done a live stream on any kind of regular basis, so bear with me. I had to change a few things around. Okay, for those who are quite used to what my setup looks like, I had to change the camera and all of that. It's good to see you, Mary. I don't know your last premiere or the one before your last one. I was actually there saying hello to you, but I don't know if you were present or you didn't see it. I don't know if you were live or not, but I was checking out what you were doing. I was enjoying it, so I'm hanging in there day by day. Um, so I got a few new toys with some of my gadgets um, later on, sometime later on. Hey Larry, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you, Larry. So, but I do have the newer camera. It's all set up and everything, and it seems to be doing it seems to be doing fine. And so, this stream is going to be probably short. This is the second portrait that I'm doing. This one has to be done in November, so it's coming pretty close. So I got to get it done. Um, I will show you what the couple looks like. All right, now they're not regularly ever on YouTube, so it's pretty safe to do this because the husband he has me do it, but the wife doesn't know. Okay, so with that said, let me put their um, put their photo up here, and I'll talk about this here. All right, now with this couple, okay, I don't know if you guys can. No, you guys will not be able to see it now unless I do this. I think. Let's see. I have to show you with the arrow. No, you're not gonna. Yeah, you guys will see it with the arrow. Okay. No, you won't, because it's superimposed upon that. All right, so you won't see it. That's okay. All right. Um. Okay, you see the couple here now. As far as detail, not too much. As far as facial features, a lot of it is in shadow. All right, and so that's what I'll be messing with really. Is the shadows of their face. Now, obviously, there are certain characteristics like the gentleman's goatee um, and the his lips, okay, and the framing of the glasses. All right. Um, for the missus, it's her smile, her eyes. I'll put emphasis on, but the rest of it really is the shapes and shadows that'll shape out the nose. Um, and her hair. I get the general shape of the hair, and we'll work really from there. All right. Now, as you can see, now the gentleman he might be at maybe a half inch or so taller than I am. All right, and you see she's a few inches above his shoulder. All right, but so I had to bring her up closer to his height. All right, because it is a double head portrait. All right, so there was a bit of hello, Karen. So it was a bit of adjustment. But that's the gentleman who I've helped. Um, he had to go for emergency surgery and everything, and he couldn't really drive, so I did all the driving and whatnot for him in the errands and stuff while he was at the hospital and everything. He's much better now. He's doing fine, doing great, as a matter of fact. So, but it was pretty touch and go and everything. But it is his wife of almost 50 years, believe it or not. But they're really good people, very sweet. All right. So, the reason why I'm showing you the picture once again is how I'm going to tackle the picture, the painting. Okay, I do have them, like I said, I have them sketched in already on the board. Okay. And so once I do the part 2 to this, we're gonna really concentrate on. I'll probably do them both. I won't do one at a time. I'll do them both at the same time because time is of the essence, really. So, and I'm gonna use like I did with the other portrait, which I did not film. Because that young man is much younger, and he is on my page. He does follow on YouTube and Facebook, so I couldn't. Matter of fact, I can't even show that portrait until I know he has it, which should be this weekend. Okay, his mother's gonna bring it to him, and then I'll show it after the weekend. Um, so, but I wanted to show the pictures, show you, what they look like, what the shadows and stuff are gonna be. Now I do have this photo on my other tablet over here on my side, and once I get into the more of the details and everything, I'll probably take a few liberties with it, maybe depending on how it goes. I'm debating whether I should show Richard's eyes or not, so we'll see and everything. But I think with the shadows and the shape of the lips and everything, it should be okay. She obviously has a little bit more detail in her face than really he does. All right, but mainly it's the ears and the arm, the eyes and the mouth for her. Okay, there's many ways to tackle a subject like this, and I just pretty much chose this way. And I'm not going to use a lot of glycerin. I'll just use the acrylic paint and water when I do this. All right. Okay. So with all of that said, we can make that disappear. You don't really need to see my face. I just wanted to say hey and all that good stuff. So we're going to switch to a more traditional view here. Okay. My poor camera, or my I think it's this one. Yep. My poor remote, poor thing, it has let's go somewhat like that. All right. I'm not gonna really do too much with them. It's really doing the background, really. You see only two colors here, the blue and the black. All right, I can more like really just let that disappear because that's all I'm going to be using really. If I do anything else, I'll pop it back up here, but we'll just center it. We'll center it right around here somewhere. As you see, I did put it in a neutral color of gray. Okay, that was also on purpose. All right. I look 10 years younger. It's called cutting off all of my hair. Trust me, I'm not. I'm not. All right. Let's see here. I'm looking at the feed on my tablet here. It seems to be all right. I guess it's not too jumpy. I guess it's okay. All right, but Larry, you guys let me know if it's a little funky. As far as the background, I wanted a bluish black. For the background, he does have a black suit, and we'll do something about that. Okay. Hers is really white, but you're only gonna see a little bit of that. Okay. But right now, I'm really just gonna concentrate on the background, let the background naturally dry. I already know where this is going to go. He gave me the measurements. Okay. Now this is 12 by 16. All right, and his images, he wanted at least 14 by 14ish. Okay, but with the panels I do have, the 12 by 16 will fit perfectly from where he wants it. Thanks, Larry. Okay, cool. So he wants it really about there. As soon as you walk in the door and you look up, there they are. That's where they're going to be. Okay, so it'll be about 8 feet in the air. All right. So, we're gonna just start with it, I guess. And as I was thinking now, it's pretty almost again simple background. I want it nice and solid for the background. Um, I'm not gonna do the glycerin thing because I really want this to be dry and just be done with that portion of it. I don't know if I'll put some little glow around it or whatever. We'll see as I'm doing this. But I'm taking out a lot of blue right now. Okay, and I'm just gonna inch in some black, but a lot more blue than the black, and we'll just go by degrees and see how that goes. All right. If I wanted a little different or a little more, we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. Now, using water with this paint, it's going to get a little streaky, so you're going to do it more than once. All right, depending on how you want the color. Okay. And so right now, like I said, I'm just playing with the hue of blue and black just to see what I'm looking for, what I want. All right, I really don't want the paint to be too watered down because then it starts seeping into the art itself underneath the tape. And it's still just a little X strokes and whatnot. All right, I'm I'm feeling a little more black into the blue, a little bit. I'll come down in here. And I think I would rather have a little more black in that blue. You can still see a little bit of that blue. It's not going to be totally black. We're going to come over here on the other side here. Okay. So I pretty much want it like that. Now I can start really fine tuning all of this very lightly. Crisscross strokes. Move the painting around. Don't ever, when you do something like this with watered down paint, don't stay in one spot. Okay. Once again, I want it a little more solid. So once I get a nice little blend, I'll even it out. I'll just keep it there just like that and just let it be. All right. If it's a little streaky, I'll just use less water, more paint. All right. But we'll just see right now. I can take a very soft Hake brush and smooth all of this out also. But while it's a little wet, if I wanted to put a little white in there, a little glow, a little something special in there, I can do that. This is the stage where I can do that. Okay, it looks like I might go that route. Just because. Now, once again, this is not going to be a very long stream. But I wanted to talk to everybody and say hey, and if you guys got questions or whatnot. And I'm just reading here. Now, what was the issue? What was going on with Little Grumpy there? I did see a picture of him. I do cruise through, so I was just a little curious. Is Grumpy okay? I'm just getting a little touch of white, just a little touch. I'm taking a very tiny brush here, very tiny fan brush. Like I say, while it's still wet, I can play around, and I'm just swimming some of this around here and there, just like that. Nothing really special. Just make a little bit of, I don't know, just a little something interesting hanging around the back there, just like that. Hello, Kelly. Yeah, break time's over, Kelly. Break time's over. Okay, and I'm just going to do some pleasant little swirly things here. Now, while I have the soft brush, I can also tighten up a little bit of the other color. Like I said, I just want a little hint of something. Don't have to be very prominent. Okay. It also helps center them a little bit. and I'm using water, no glycerin, so it is going to dry rather quickly. So you work with it kind of briskly. Okay. All right. As a matter of fact, I can see the paint starting to get dull already, so it's drying. One of the telltale signs of acrylic paint when you're using water and it starts to dry, the gloss will just go and it just start to become flat. All right, that's really it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to look at my calendar to see if I have anything going on tomorrow morning. If not, then I will pick up from where we left off, and we'll continue on with this. Okay. The flower painting that I had is sitting here. It's already dry. It's been varnished over and everything. It's just sitting here. Um, any questions? Anybody got any questions while I'm running my mouth here? And Sonia, how has Bruce been doing? Haven't seen him too often. When he is on, I think it's very short streams. So I was just wondering um, what he was up to, how he's doing, and all that good stuff. See if he's okay. Now, since I have a penchant of a little penchant of impatience, I can actually just take this tape off. I won't be doing anything else here. It looks pretty cool. It's all right. Okay. Um, I think on my next video, I'll put the backlight on. We'll see. Well, hello there, Fatima. Good to see you. Yep, oops, I think, no, I did. I'm getting back into it slowly. This is what I would call the bargain basement stream. I'm not going to be on too long because I just wanted to get the background done, and I'll work on the faces tomorrow. I really don't want to do that with the border. I'll keep the border there. I just want to get the initial tape for the figures off. So let's do that, and then put the border back on. Can I get away with it like this? We'll see in a second. I should be able to just put that in there like that. And I just used 2-inch masking tape. That's all I use for this. I think I gotta peel this back and get that little piece out of there. No big deal. Linda, greetings. Hope all is well. I'm doing a surprise portrait actually for the wife, and actually the husband wanted me to do it. It's a surprise to her. So let's get the old X-Acto knife so I can get the rest of this off. Usually with a painting like this, for me, when it comes to figures and everything, because I was a comic book artist, the human figure isn't really, I guess, too much of a challenge to me because I've been doing it most of my artistic life. I did that well before I started painting, so painting features and likenesses isn't really too tough for me. But it's a different thing getting a likeness of a real human being than like drawing Superman or Captain America or something like that, you know. And drawing or painting figures, human beings or whatnot, animals, particularly humans, because there's so many planes to the face and everything, and there are obviously there's no outlines. We don't walk around with black outlines surrounding us, you know. So it's all about shading, light and shade. Usually from light to dark. All right. Okay, I think the camera will probably focus in more on their features, not their features now. Someone drew on my canvas. Yeah, I drew on my canvas. Okay, so what I can do here, believe I can slide it over this way, a little bit like that. Yeah, I'll slide it that way. All right, and I'll bring the photo back up again. Okay. All right. So as you can somewhat see, actually, let me do this. I mean, I know you guys can pretty much see it all. I'll shrink it a little bit. I think that should be okay. All right. I'll just reduce them a little bit. All right. But now you can see as you're looking at particularly this guy. All right, you can see the shape and the shading of what's going to entail with him, and with her. As you can see, I darkened it in where her nose and her smile will be. Okay, there's a lot of shading under here, just natural shading. I'll probably accentuate the eyes a little bit more. And her hair, she's got the little wavy things going on around there. Okay, her jacket is white. We'll be doing a light bluish gray with that maybe. And then we'll add the lightness on with that a little bit later. But what I'll be doing is more like watercolor with both of them. So I'll start off extremely light, and then we'll work the shading in. Okay, but I pretty much need all I need really with this photo. All right, and then with the making the colors. Okay. Did I video the masking? No. I do have videos of that process. I got a few videos of it, as a matter of fact, of the masking process. Let's bring this back a little bit there. I do have that. It's because I would usually do a separate video with that because it's a little painstaking. But I do have videos of the masking process and what it takes to do that. But basically, basically with the 2-inch tape, you know, with me anyway, when I just peel it across and I just rip it, and I went diagonal or slightly diagonal here for the height difference, and the tape, you will cover more area going with the flow of where their heads are. Okay, instead of just going straight across, I just do it right at that angle. Okay, and once I pressed it on pretty good, took an X-Acto knife, and I just traced all the way around. Okay, and it was basically it. I already knew how I was going to tackle this as a portrait. Okay, which is why I put all these shade lines in here the way I did, because of how I'm going to approach this. Therefore, once I use the acrylic paint, it's going to be more like a watercolor. Okay, so I'll start with the lightest shade, look at the photo, which will be on my tablet, and then I'll work it from there. Because like I said, a lot of the features with the nose and things like that, it's just shading now. All right. Foam clay all over. Hey, Jim. Foam clay all over your hands. Nice. It's good to see you, Jim. I didn't know you played the organ, Jim. Yeah, it's my instrument of choice, but of course I play the Hammond B3 organ. Okay, let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of this. All right. Okay, I think we're good here. Okay, so, but yeah. Anyway, like I said, this is gonna be what I call the cheap stream. This is a short one. I really wanted to tackle the background. Okay, now that I've got the background done, it will be done fully dry tomorrow. I'll check my schedule. I'll probably tackle a little bit of this in the morning. Think what I have to do, and I'll do the first layers and everything in the morning. Okay, and I'll probably keep his black suit black. We'll play with that. Okay, we'll keep this white. All right. She's got jewelry. We're gonna have fun with this. It's gonna go relatively quickly. Once again, I know how to do the planes of the face and whatnot. Okay. We'll see what I'm gonna do with the glasses. Okay. So as I'm working on this, I'll debate whether I'll sneak some eyes in there or maybe not, because the photo itself doesn't have his eyes. Okay. But we'll see. Obviously, she's not wearing glasses. She does have her eyes, and I can really mess around and do something special with the eyes. But all the rest of the features, pretty much the way it is on the photograph, and we'll work with it that way. You're more of a hacker musician. Oh, it will be a B3. All right. Okay. Oh man, I would love to hear that. Really. Nothing beats the B3 for real. You figure as long as I've been playing one, I would have one here in the house. But yeah, there's nowhere to put that monstrosity in here, and there's no way I could play it, not without rattling windows and stuff falling off the walls. So, nope, no B3, just the two keyboards. So, which reminds me, I got about 5 songs I have to learn for Sunday, and the church I play at is 50. Well, he has one in Utica here, and then the other, he is a pastor of 2 churches. So he has a church in Syracuse, which is 50 miles away. Okay, so every other Sunday he's in Utica or in Syracuse. Utica was this Sunday. Syracuse is this coming Sunday. So I leave here around, I don't know, about 8 o'clock. So I get there a little bit after 9 maybe, or a little before. Yeah. All depends on the traffic. Which is not really too bad on Sunday. And I get there and we have a quick rehearsal of all the songs, and then they go into service. So oh, that's a pipe organ you're talking about, Trouble Dreamer. Yeah, the pipe organs that wrap around you, they're kind of circular. Yeah, but yeah, that's a pipe organ, or a very large expensive Lowry organ. But yeah. And the B3 that I'm referring to is that's the organ of choice for the 1960s and 70s rock musicians and jazz organists. Jimmy Smith and all those guys. You know, what's his name from David Letterman? There, that was his instrument of choice too. I can't. His name escapes me right now. Bald-headed fellow, Schaefer. Yep. So, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Whenever he gives, because I really don't do it on the regular anymore, but so I find myself playing for the same churches, just 2 different churches, alternating Sundays. And right now, as of right now, he would like me to do it up until November. And then we'll talk about how he wants it done for the winter. Um, so, yes, Paul Schiffer, that's right. Yep. He has James Brown's Hammond organ in his house. Do you know that? He has James Brown's Hammond organ, Hammond B3, right in his living room. Yes, he still plays it, of course. But yeah, yeah, he got it. Yeah. But yeah, the Hammond organ. Yeah, you would figure I would have one. I've been playing the thing for so long, you know. But I'm not really in practice like that anymore. I'll get on the keyboards and I'll play the songs. Oh, let's change this. Oh man, that would have been a perfect one. Oh well, I jumped the gun. There we go. Um, I would have I would have probably bought one. But right now I don't really practice like that. Now the songs that I gotta play for Sunday, I will practice. I've already got them downloaded and they're already set and ready at the keyboards, and I just gotta sit there and practice them. But I don't really, like I said, I don't play like that anymore. Um, I stopped that a long time ago. I used to be in bands and that whole spiel, touring around. I don't do it anymore, and so I'm pretty much out of practice. But since I've been playing for that particular church, I've obviously been playing more, but I haven't been practicing like I should, which is not good. Um, so I might force myself to really set some time and get back into that practicing thing. Yeah, the pipe organ is definitely a different animal. The Hammond organ was actually built to be an electronic replacement for the pipe organ because you can really get the same sounds from it, but it really caught on with the jazz musicians and the pop, the rockers. So, oh yeah, pipe organs are um, like the Hammonds now. They're classics, and the real big authentic pipe organs with the large pipes are super expensive to keep up and to maintain. Okay, and the people that work on them are few and far between now. Especially in small places like where I live and everything, we only have really one guy that services all these church organs. He lives in Syracuse, but yeah, it's not unusual for him to go to Albany, um, and all points in between because he's one guy that they call to service and repair Hammond organs. Um, and he's getting up there. Okay. Uh, so I don't know what they're going to do once he passes on because any other organ techs, they're either in Pennsylvania or there's one in the city, but he is so busy because he does a lot of video work, camera work, and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know how much longer he's going to do it because he really can't handle lifting those Leslies and pushing organs around forever. I mean, they are 500 pounds. Okay, so oh, nice. Yeah, the Laurie organ. I played some of those too. Yeah, I've even played some of those with the Leslie on it. So I've yeah played all sorts. You know. Oh yeah, yeah. The B3 is heavy. Well, the C3 is the one with the cabinet all the way around. They're heavier. But yeah, they're around 500 pounds, and we're not even talking about the pedal board. You know. So, but yeah, I've played them. Okay, not in the ran in my mouth. Um, Pretty much the end of the stream is it's a short one because once again, all I wanted to do. put it back on number 4. All I wanted to do really was the background, which is dry, as you see. It's dry. Okay. And that's all I wanted to do with that. All the rest now will be them. The background, once again, is a blue black. These guys, it'd be fun to show you how I mix colors for brown skinned people. Particularly these two, because they're nowhere near as dark as I am. So it will be a nice little thing to show how I do this, because I really don't do too many portraits live, because I know they're going to be a 2 and 3 part type of thing and everything. But this will be fun to do, to show you guys. Okay. All right. Yeah, only about a little over an hour, maybe. So. The Kimball Pipe. Okay, 1926. I know the theater in Rome, New York, they still actively show movies there. I know every year they show the King Kong on the actual movie screen and everything. They have an instrument pit. That's how old this theater is. And they have a Hammond E down there, which is absolutely immense. The Hammond E, it actually was a theater organ. It does have a slightly different sound. It's not as bass heavy, because it was used with other instruments, in the pit. But they actually have one. My old school had one. They had it removed long ago. But they had an orchestra pit, and they had an E in my old high school. And we had one in the church I grew up in. They bought a Hammond E, and it had a tone box. It didn't have a Leslie. So, but everybody, thank you very much for sticking around and watching this. The real fun will most likely come tomorrow. Probably tomorrow morning. I'll start on it and get a lot of the shading and everything done, and we'll have a ball. Oh, you remember Namor? Okay. Namor is in Georgia. Yeah, Prince Namor is in Georgia. Yeah. So. Yeah, I know some of you guys will be at work and everything. I got to get it in when I can fit it in, because in the afternoon I have to be somewhere. And I know I got a cabinet to put up in a garage. I don't know when that's going to be, but while the weather, even though it's in the 50s, it's still, it's not damp and raining and snowing and all of that. So, and it's a cabinet outside, so I got to get that done too. So, but guys, thank you very much, and get well, Grumpy. And I'll see you guys when I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. And I'll see you soon, guys. Peace.